right? I mean, these clowns working for fucking CIA, maybe unconsciously drafted on Bloomberg, really, wanna tell you that the I is not a bubble. They wanna tell you that the Bitcoin is safe. The Bitcoin will fall down 10,000 fucking dollars. The fucking I is just a bubble. It bursts out. You see, it will burst up. The same is happening with the crypto. Crypto is smuggled in like a Trojan horse in the central banks all around the world, you see. And you see all the rich people, the richest of the rich, you see. Maybe we can use this, maybe you can use this replica or this quote or this line from Gordon Gekko, because nothing changed, from Wall Street. One third of the richest of our country, you see, one third of the one person coming from salivating widows, idiotic sons, and cumulative interest of the interest and the interest. One third comes from the hard work, and one third comes from what I do, real estate and stock market, bullshit, speculation, you see. That's what Donald Trump is doing. Donald Trump is jacking up the prices of the silver. His fucking rich friends building their fucking smart fucking empire in the Greenland, where all these clowns like a fucking Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and fucking Zuckerberg, and all these idiots, these fucking little, schmucks, these fucking little imbeciles like some Altman, you see, coming there. Let me ask you a question. Would you log into the Facebook if the fucking CIA give you the Facebook to log into it, to share all the datas? Would you buy a fucking smart fucking car which will lock the, your wheel in middle of the desert? Hey Daniel, we just clean your retina, it's peeling off. We just locked the wheel. Oh my god, I'm 48 hours from the nearest town in Australia. There are big deserts there. Like, we were just joking, we a little bit frightening up. We unlock the wheel, you can keep going. We order the appointment through the Google Calendar. We put it on the optometrist next Sunday, you see, to the smart house. They're connecting these interface brain technologies. The internet was invented by US Army. The the GPS is owned by American Ministry of Defense. You see, US Army created internet, intranet, and they want to tell you they don't fucking, find a use for it. That's why they declassify it and put it on the market. Of course, these clowns, these actors, these imbeciles were given these fucking technologies, internet, you name it, Twitter, Facebook. You didn't go on Facebook, that's why market pushing you Instagram and WhatsApp. Jeffy Bezos, all these motherfuckers, Elon Musk with smart cars, they're all together with Donald Trump, you see. All these billionaires, it's one big fucking billionaire clubs, and you not ain't in it. I repeat, you are not in the billionaires club. That's what they're doing, they financially resetting everything. How they doing it? First, they spiking the price of the silver and the gold. The silver and the gold, last time in 1970s and 80s, were collating together, you see. Some people say it was 100 years that the fucking price of the silver never copied the price of the gold. Everybody who is in the business knows what's happening. The silver is a metals devil. It reacts first, you see. It will spike up to 110. It spike up to 110. It will go 150. Then it retraces back to 110. Then to 200. Gold will reach 7,000. But it's not over yet. What Donald Trump is planning for fucking American fucking citizens and all these people after the cryptocurrencies, which was just a distraction, will fucking incarnate. What will happen when everything will crash, the real estate market, everything? You put your money in the gold and silver on a US market, he will confiscate it. I repeat, he will confiscate your gold and silver. That's why the richest of the richest handling the fucking doors and revolving into Zurich. I've been 4 times last 3 weeks in Zurich. Everybody is flying to Zurich, depositing in Europe the physical gold and silver bricks and metals and all that crap. Because they know that Trump will double down. You see, he will double down on everybody. He's a scumbag. This guy is the biggest hustler of all time, you see. This degenerate, who is not degenerated, who was schooled by Roger Stone. You see what are his 3 rules. First, attack, attack, attack. Second rule, no matter what, deny nothing, deny everything, admit nothing. The third one, no matter how fuck you are, you always claim the victory. That's what he is doing. Trump will jack up the prices of the silver, and he is making the American investors to buying silver and gold. And smart money now, smart money, maybe retarded, because the IQ in fucking US dropped down maybe 70 to 80. I mean, these people in the Bloomberg, it cannot be possible. I saw people there who saying like SPA will go up in 2030. What you're talking about, you get a couple of weeks, 3-4 months of bankruptcy. You see, I predicted this crisis 6 months back when people were laughing to me. Now they're firing my fucking phones. The good thing, the thing is that Trump, what's he gonna do? The Trump is gonna confiscate the gold. So he let smart money to make money, and then he will double down on them when they take it from them. He says like, hey, this is economical crisis. We got to take your gold, you see. They will take everything from you. As a billionaire's club, you see. They restarting financially everything. Same shit happening in European Union, you see. Same things happening in fucking Davos, where Mr. Sigheil Ursula von der Leyen trying to fucking illegalize everything under 1,000 euro. That's all same story, you see. Europe will get fucked same way. Get fucked. It's a directed crash. Italy is in red numbers. The European Union has 6-12 months to fall apart. You cannot put together such a stupidity like, currency. You connect currency of Montenegro, Portugal, Estonia, Finland. You cannot be serious, Germany. You put all this political project, the blue paper is a green paper, you see. You can take a blue paper, or you can light up the fucking cigarette with the green paper, you see. It really doesn't matter, you see. It's just a fiat currency which are falling apart. They're bankrupting, you see. This shit was happened. This shit was already prepared. The good news is, if you know this, you can react, you see. You cannot change the market. You can slightly alter it if you're ahead. You can buy physically silver and gold. You can sit on it in Swiss banks. Don't buy online things. Your broker trying to tell you, oh, everything will be okay. It's all insured. No, it will evaporate. This crisis is like a Sunday school. It's like a picnic compared to what's happening in 2000, 2008. It's beyond imagination of your limit. The dollar is collapsing. The dollar will collapse. You see, it will lose its own value. There will be 70% down market. It takes one generation to get out of the whole one crisis. You see, we have around, 13 major crises in 20th century: 1907, 1920, 1922, 1930, 1946, 1967, 70 to 1980, 1987, 1996, etc. Then we have 8 major crises in the 19th century, 3 or 4 in the 17th. We due to 45 major economical crises in 21st century. Interval getting shorter and shorter. We had only 2 crises, if I don't count COVID. You see, which I'm not even sure if it was not, I was not into conspiracy theories. But let me tell you something, after COVID, everything is possible. You have a credit crisis in Greece. And then you have 2008, that's it. You have 2 crises. I repeat, 13, 14 major crises in 20th century, 7, 8 in 19, 4 century before. Whatever chart, Schiller chart, reverse yield chart, Brenner cycles, whatever you want to call it, you see. It's coming to the end, you see. It's coming to the end. And the only people who not lacking imagination are the people who understand what's going to happen. When people call me during the COVID, they say, like, how could you know? You could imagine Brexit? Yes, I could. Could you imagine Trump won president in 2016? Yes, I could. Could you imagine COVID? Yes, I could. Could you imagine the dollar will collapse? Yes, I could. I'm not imagining it. I know it. You see, I'm following the mathematics. You can never fuck over the mathematics. There is $38 trillion. There is $38 trillion, $39 trillion. It's a loan sharking situation. I'm being a loan sharking business in Philippines, you see. US is fucked. It's not even fall of fucking Rome. They got a good roads there. It lasted thousands of years. This fucking shithole colony, what is it? It's behind your nail, It's 300 years, Thomas Jefferson saying some nice words to rise the fucking rebels, all that shit. America is not a country. It's just a business. It's acquisition. It's not a community, you see. It was derivative colony, which was allowed to be free for 300 years. It was an economical, great democratical experiment. You take a democracy and a fucking capitalism and you put it together, you blow up. You see, it doesn't work, right? It's like you pay oil and the fucking fire together. Democracy, and you see, you got a fucking Marxy. Marxy was a little fucking schmuck. Marxy is towards to fucking, it's an IQ test for idiots, geopolitics and history for idiots. Marx is towards Adam Smith. Karl Marx is towards Adam Smith. Just like Bitcoin is towards fiat currencies. You see? That's all what it is about. It's about distraction. It's about fucking club of billionaires. This country is ruled by 100, 150 people maybe. And it's not Elon Musk or fucking some old man. Or Jeffrey Bezos, they're fucking clowns, they're actors, they're degenerates, you see, they don't exist, they puppeteer it like idiots. The real fucking billionaires are hidden, they don't exist, or they pretend they're one of the fucking other people. They pretend they go to work, they say they're from rich families, they have $2-3 million, I don't do nothing, and just, I live here and there, I travel. They own billions and billions. 84 people owns 50% of all printed currency. 84 wealthy individuals owns 50% of all currency printed in all countries. Now putting in gold and silver in Zurich. Another 50% is owned by 8 billion people. Never in the history such a power was concentrated in the such a tight circles. You see, in these 150 people, they don't exist. They're like an air. They're like this guy who was ruling like a Nostra. They arrested him a couple of years back in Milan. They arrested him in fiat $1,000 worth of fucking scrapyard car. He's staying in one-star hotels or some hostels for 20 euro per night. He got a fucking clothes. He looked like a beggar, you see. And he was running multi-billionaire business. Richest person on the earth is Putin, who pretend he has nothing, you see. You see, Putin, I think he's legit, he's real. I really don't believe Elon Musk. All these idiots were just here, to entertain you, You have to ask, CIA got 10,000 employees. 90% of them are not classified. Amazon has 50, 70,000, Google 70,000. You see, 1,000 really CIA agents are classified. There are people who are drafted for free to work for fucking CIA. They're idiots. They brainwash black fucking ops. You see, they hack. Their mind is hacked. They create some cognitive dissonance, with them. They tell them what to do. They brainwash them. All these journalists, you see. They're doing it for free. They even don't pay. They control by fear, you see, and the greed and the anxiety. They operating from lower levels of the consciousness. The people from operating from 6th, 7th level. The society cannot be ruled, cannot work if all people know what I'm telling you to do, because everybody would be multimillionaire or multi-billionaire, because the information is the thing which is valuable commodity, the most valuable commodity. People are willing to pay $10 million for information which can make you $100 million. You see, we have this information. There was a bit first, then there was information, there was a mathematical code. And glutes are the smallest parts in the fucking, in middle, the smallest, and there is this force, you see. Then there are protons and neutrons, they are much bigger. Then there is a fucking electron. In the core of electron there is a proton and neutron, you see. Yeah. And then there are smallest parts called glues. There is double split experiment which telling you that when you observe some particles, they behave in different way. When you don't observe them from 1920s, Heisenberg, you see, even Bobby Fischer tried to fucking, prove that Heisenberg was wrong. No, you see, but forget about mathematics, physics, all these things, you see, information is the most important commodity. If you know this information, you can put calls of the silver mines, which are rocketing towards 200, they will not gradually go up there. They will always retrace. You see, just like silver before, it was 40. By 24th, the old wars and all that shit is planned. All these conspiracies are planned in weekends, in Christmas Day, you see. Then Santa Claus brought a fucking presents. You think it was by coincidence? Then the silver spike up 40, 60, then it retraces back at 180. What's the silver? If you're in the business, you know what I'm talking about. You see, the silver will go back to 110, 150, then 200. Gold reach 8,000. If you notice, you can buy stocks of fucking mines, gold and silver mines, and you can put options, which are significantly more rewarding, and you can take every $1,000 and turn it in $100,000. You can put calls and short the market. You see, you can short SPA. You can short it because the market will fall down 70% down. If the market fall down 70% down, you make 3, 6 months or 12 months options. You see, put calls, you put them down, and you short the market. Every $900 make you around $100,000. This is how the multimillionaires are born. During the crisis, 99% get poor, 99.9%, and 0.1% get again rich. You see, this is the information which is getting away from you. This is not the information you find on the Bloomberg TV, right? Where they telling you to buy a fucking Nvidia, right? Which is totally degenerated stock, bubble up, destruction, fugazi, it's all made up, you see? It's all made up. What is the money? Let's ask ourselves, what is the money? What's the philosophical question, you see? What is this fucking paper, It's just a fucking paper. What is it? This is information and time and the power. You have $10 million, people look at you like you got a fucking power. I don't need the money to show people the power. You can have a power without money. You see, what is money? Money, as we know it, come from 200 years before fucking Christ, when these Romans were walking around the fucking hills. They find these metals like copper, silver, all that crap, you see? And they were bringing it to the Rome, and they start to manufacture it. They put the symbols, and they print that shit. That's how the currency was born, Then the currency, bankrupted 100 or 150, 200 times for the last 2,000 years. You see, the Chinese paper, the fucking money, Chinese paper with pictures on it so we don't kill each other, are from China, I don't talk about China, which invented 100 years annum the paper. I'm talking about Chinese money in end of the 19th century. The Chinese paper, before there was these coins were metals, you see. You can look back to the Middle Age, every single of these metal, these monedas, these fucking Münzens, these coins. Münzens, German word, right? All these fucking coins, they collapsed, Every currency collapsed. Every fiat currency collapsed 100 times. Why the hell the fucking dollar will not collapse? It will. It's a mathematics. You see? You have to zoom out. We hear how long? Oh my God, I told you, 13 major crises. 1920s, tulip crisis. People were buying tulips in fucking Holland, the first crisis, They trading on the leverage. Like, it's all the same shit. We cannot help each other. We're catching our tail, It's a cycles. It depends how you zoom into cycles. You see? You want to do cycles couple of years? Congratulations. You exit in the market 2026. You're probably a smart person. Because, it's the end of the fucking market. It takes you 20, 30 years to scrap yourself from the ditch. Where in 1920s, 30s, when the fucking crisis wipe up your money, it takes you 20, 30 years to climb up. But it was all good 20th century. This is 21st century. Cryptobros, all these idiots, they were used, they were distracted. I talked to this Cryptobro. He jumped from the Empire State Building. There was no Ground Zero. He was blown up by CIA. He was like, he was disconnected, you see. People committing suicides, you see. Trump used Cryptobros to distract you, all that shit, you see. There's only one way. They want to take the money from your pocket and put it into their pocket. That's all the way how they thinking, you see. And they're successful with that. Yeah? They got a media, they hold you by nuts. They got a land, they're barons. They bought the schools and they make people demented, degenerated. That's why the school system is so stupid. When I travel around the USA, I say, where are you from? I'm from Czech Republic. You're from Russia. I've never seen such a stupid people. Yeah, I'm from Russia. It's 3 days by car to Russia. You see, my country was invaded in 1968 by Russians. Yeah. I got something to do with Russians like fucking Chile or fucking Argentina gotta do with the USA. Which by mile, with meal, now we gotta do a lot. There is a connection, forget about it. It's just go, I went to South America, I visited 15 countries. Everybody knows where is La República Checa. Latino American people are educated people. The school system is okay. You see? I don't say they're quite smart people, but I would say the stupidest people I ever encountered are Americans and Western and Northern Europeans. Did you know there were fucking studies which says that the IQ of Norwegian men plunged 10 points? Yeah. Norway is a fucking America. They call it European America, but I got oil, you see. But they're extremely stupid people, you see. They have no instincts. They don't understand the mathematics. They control. The school system in USA is controlled by billionaires to making them stupid, not to critically think, to be fucking idiots. In Florida, I call it a fucking functioning idiot who was able to take the car key, put it in, drive to fucking job where he was boning like a fucking idiot, while the CEO getting golden parachute 7-10 million fucking dollars fucking salaries, you see, and the fucking Marxy on the bottom, was telling you, Marx was saying like, hey, you know what, we invent the fucking this Adam Smith, there's Adam Smith, there's a Hitler and Stalin, there is Adam Smith, and there is a fucking Marx, where he's the destruction, you see, this capitalism, which is expired fucking late feudalism concept. There is no capitalism, there is no communism, there is no fiat currencies, you see. There is no fucking crypto. They are rich and poor. They are informed and misinformed. There is only information, which is valuable. You get this information, you can act upon the information, and you can become a millionaire. Yes. Or you can just sit, watch this video and do nothing, and wait until your fucking account will get wiped out. You think you're in European Union, you're in safe? I wish. Well, let me tell you something. This is a fucking this is fucking Federal Reserve Bank. This is Liechtenstein Bank, which is printing so much fucking government bonds, sending, intervening by online. There is no fucking physical money, you see. They sending the government bonds to Italy, to Rome, to Greece, in Athens. By lunch, they calling them back with the government bonds and the bankers in Liechtenstein. And Brussels, they cleaning their asses by fucking lunch. And they sending money on morning there. It's all online. When 20% of American goes tomorrow and they withdraw 50% of their savings, the US will bankrupt. Every dollar is backed up by 10, 5 cents maybe. Every $100 is backed up by $10. Federal Reserve Bank is the biggest scam ever in the fucking history. It's the biggest scam ever, which is just reprinting, you see. The government and bonds creating the currency like a fugazi, you see. What is the money? I am asking you again. It's information. It's a piece of gold. It's a silver. It's a time, you see. It's a time. You work by time. You paid by time. Marx came and he says, you know what, Anglos? I think that the fucking dishwasher, they say the capitalist dishwasher in Switzerland has $20 per fucking hour. Minimum wage in Copenhagen is $15. Right? In Spain it's $5. Why the hell is not $5,000 per hour? Because they said so. That's why when you're on a lower fucking level of the corporate, you're making 2,000-3,000 fucking euro. Maybe if you're lucky. You live in digital feudalism, you see. You're living in the system where on the corner there is the fucking supermercado, or there is a fucking, supermarket. And they let you go there to exchange your $2,000-3,000 for food. What is $2,000-3,000 in Brussels, Vienna? Nothing, you see. You allowed to exchange it for a fucking rent of capitalists who owns the apartments. You allowed to exchange it for the food. It's a bartering shit, you see. The fucking fiat currency, forget about this. 80% of people in the feudalism, they never touched the money. They were living on the fields, you see. The Lord came on the horse and he says like, you know what? You can build a fucking house here, grow chickens and cabbage, but you don't sell it on the market. You just eat the cabbage and grow the chickens and eat the eggs. 80-90% of people in Middle Age and feudalism, they never touch the money. So do you don't. You think you touch the money. You touch the money, you just wire the money to pay your rent and the food, that's it. Nothing changed. 1984, you see? People are down, middle, and up. They always fucking reorganize and they think it will start again. Legalite, fraternity, equite, mon ami. No, there's no legalite, fraternity, equite. It's all bullshit, you see? Robespierre was the last guy who finished on the head razor, you see? As the English call fucking guillotine politically. That's bullshit, you see? There is information. There are people who inform and they not inform. And this information, when you fucking, congratulations, when you're operating on the highest level, whatever consciousness, 5, 6 level, when you want to call it, like the multimillionaire mindset operating, you got this information, you see? They cannot allow you to operate on the same level of the knowledge, how the society will look like. It will look like pretty bad. Everybody would make fucking millions. Everybody would take $1,000, do the silver fucking calls, and make a lot of money. Everybody would take the silver and the gold. They fly to Zurich. They deposit it. They sit on the cash. They fly to US when the 95% of the real estate market will fucking blow up. You see? I repeat again. This is a Federal Reserve Bank. This is Liechtenstein, you see? The Federal Reserve Bank fall down. We connected the world. It's a domino, you see? The fucking butterfly will fart in Federal Reserve Bank, and in the whole European Union your salary evaporates, the money collapses, the euro will collapse 30-50%. If the dollar will collapse 50-70%. It's a butterfly effect. It's even worse. It's a black swan, you see? Yeah? There's a lot of things coming together, and then you got a fucking artificial intelligence. You're getting a fucking heart attack, you need a fucking sertraline. I'm not done with you yet. But the good thing is, if you know the information, you can act upon the information. You got a humanoid robots, all that fucking crap. What is fucking humanoid robots? People don't believe that shit. You know what is it? They put a fucking degenerative robot, which is fucking cleaning for you, vacuuming, all that crap. If you're into these technologies, that the humanoid robot is nothing else. That just there is the guy behind the curtain who is just spying on you, and there are cameras in the fucking robot, And when the old lady who wanna rent the robot, or they put it in the fucking retired houses to keep them fucking company, when the old lady says, I want you to bring me the fucking orange juice from the fridge and put some cube of ice. So the robot will do it because somebody in the center is there and he's moving. You see, he's moving the robot, which is moving there. There's a camera. They put a spice, like a Facebook. You log into it, they sell it to you. How much costs humanoid robots? 20,000 fucking euro. You don't have 20,000 euro. We give you subscription for 100 euro. Why we give you 400 euro per month? Because nobody will pay 700-800 for somebody to clean the house. They will pay 300-400. You put a price down. You create the fucking slavery, you see? It takes you a couple of dollars to create robots. The fucking iPhone, all that shit, they putting the kids down, mining them, cliffhanger, putting them down on the rope for $1 per fucking day to get this fucking metal, cobalt, all that crap. They bring it to fucking USA. They create a phone for $1,000, which is worth of $2. They sell it to you, just like Mr. Walmart. He never fucking sell nothing which had a fucking margin at least 30%, you see? You pay for the crap margin of 300%. And they make it cool, this 1984 fucking little fucking phone. You see, you don't put it on the wall like Winston had it in 1984, and the camera was like moving here and there, and there was a blind spot, there was no dead angle, and Winston wanna read a book, and and the camera was following him. You have this phone here. You bought it. It was purchased to you because it was cool. It was purchased to you from the hands of fucking CIA agents like Zuckerberg. You see? You buy a cool fucking smart car which control you, take your fucking screen of retina, everything. That's why there were all these fucking litigations, YouTube, Google, who owns the data. Because the interference technology, the last fucking moment when they put the chips and all that shit, and they hold you in the fucking house, they let you know if you can eat meat, whatever. The car is connected, everything is spying, on you. The humanoid robots, you see. Then there won't be work. The people think artificial intelligence will save us. No, it won't save us. It's a 100,000 more powerful weapon Then the H bomb is 100,000 H bombs which exploding, you see, artificial intelligence. That's the mix, which is totally new, because we can predict everything. We can predict economical crises, all that crap, you see. But there is something totally new, the element of artificial intelligence. Let me ask you a question. You really believe there will be some unconditional income? Maybe $500 per month? They gotta give something to people, because people will go in the streets. Imagine countries like France, having 20% unemployment. People go in the street. The Third World War start when they shoot the fucking Le Pen in 2027. They don't allow her to candidate, you see. Just like fucking Gavrilo Princip shot the fucking Ferdinand I. He says, I am Serbian, I come from the villages. My father was Serbian, I understand the mentality. I come from the villages, you see. I'm calm, and the revenge is mine. You see? We know there will be social unrest. Shits. People will lose their jobs, you see. 50% of people will lose their job within 5-6 years. Maybe 80-90%. That's a reality. Lack of imagination, let's talk in 3 years. Let's talk in 2 years, you see. They know people will revolt eventually. What they gonna do? They give you unconditional income, you see. They take some fucking crumbs from the table and they throw it from the table down on the floor. This is where they throw it to you. They say like, okay, we made a lot of fucking billion trillions. We building in the Greenland, the fucking great fucking smart fucking place there. You don't believe that they're buying Greenland with $38 trillion. That's what they're doing over there. You see, that's where they all move there in Greenland, the fucking billionaire clubs, you see. Not in Monaco and Marbella, they move in the Greenland. And then people will revolt. They take from the Greenland some Altman, this motherfucker, CIA agent. I don't think so. Sam Altman is ruling, really. He's some CEO, Elon Musk. They're fucking actors. Behind them, they are invisible, man. You can never Google them out. They don't exist. Or they pretend they're some other people, you see. They take these fucking crumbs and they just throw it to you. $500, 500 euro per month. You don't need to work. You have this application, you can trade yourself silver, whatever. You don't need to even trade. We send you just some money, you have humanoid robots, all that crap. Now let me ask you a question. What do you think will happen with the value of the apartments and rents? People will be mesh sardinated, 10 people in one apartment. The apartments will rack it up so much. You see, first they will crash, then they buy it and they jack it up again back. The rich fly on it, they're sitting on the cash and gold, silver, they're flying to US, you see. Everything will blow up. The price of the food, the bread will cost you $200-300. Because if you're in the business, you understand what's going on. If this digital feudalism going back, like the feudalism, I call it digital tech, precisely some kind of a tech, late capitalism exploiting slavery system, which is expiring, or digital feudalism, so you see like in the fucking terminology, we gotta find these words in this stupid language called English, the most stupid language ever, when the denotate and connotate, you have 10 connotates to one denotate. So if I say bread, the fucking Bulgarian guys see the big bread, right? The Americans, they see the butter, stupid white bread, disgusting one. The French or Czech guys see the real crispy brown, nice bread. You see, we're talking about feudalism, slavery. Forget about this. Stupid language. Nietzsche knew that the fucking language is the most important thing. The chiffre. You see, that's why he was fucking, a professor of philology in the age of 21. You see, the thing is that lingua franca English after the industrial revolution by Graham Bell in 19th and 20th century, followed before by the technical revolution, of creating Gutenberg, 14th, 15th century, then the paper 1 century after Annum, 1st century, then there was a papyrus, then there was clay tablets, you see, where you, with the stylus, were burning down the fucking signs and letters and all that crap. Now, we have a fucking tablets, computers. The last technical revolution. We live in post-digital times. Digital times started with the first computer in 1960s, 70s. Then started the post-digital times by social networks, all that creep, .com, all that shits, you see. That's when the post-digital times were seeded. And now we're getting in some kind of post-digital times. The digital times started in times of internet in 1980s. That was the last technical revolution, you see, after the fucking Graham Bell and before the Gutenberg. Always this disruption, this, this kind of a metaphysical mutation, as a French writer Ulbeck called them, smart guy, read the submission, all that things, the writers, people with imagination, they understood what the fuck is going on here. When there was a fucking pig bay crisis in 1963, and Kennedy was so startled, he was spooked, he were like, what are we gonna do? I think the fucking Castro wanna blow us up, they building Soviets the fucking rockets, and all these launching these systems, rocket system. What are we gonna do? He called fucking CIA. The director of CIA told him we were working on it. Kennedy was so nervous. He was like, "The fuck? Did you find something?" He called them every 2 hours. He says, "So what kind of people do you rent or hire to resolve this problem? Did you call psychologists, physicists, economists?" Politologists, rocket engineers, and CIA says we're trying to put together 100 science fiction and non-fiction writers. Writers. Kennedy was like, what writers? The fucking writers? There's no time to call fucking Stephen King or whatever in the time he was not born. There's no time to call fucking Ray Bradbury, motherfucker. We gotta fucking resolve the problem. He says, CIA, but these people can predict the future. According to psychology studies, people who were not lacking imagination predicted COVID, predicted everything. You see, like a fucking Nikola Tesla, this motherfucker, he first, all inventors or thinkers, they first dream or imagine how the things can happen, and then they figure out the technicalities. There was some fucking wires, that, this electromagnetic field, all the things, you see. There can be something like Tesla. He didn't know how the thing works, like the bell. Graham Bell didn't know how to do. He imagined how he calls somebody. You see, you imagine, and there is something like a visual fucking intuition, you see, which was already confirmed by NSA is working. We're watching the fucking great fucking Berlin Wall. You see falling down in your dreams when you're 7 years old, and you look at the fucking screen of the fucking TV. You say like, hey, this is the dream. This is the fucking wall which was like torturing me like a kid when I was a kid. It's a Berlin Wall. It's the Berlin Wall deconstructed, falling down in the TV. I got this dream months and months back like a kid in Czechoslovakia. This is a dream. You see? The imagination. These shits, we don't know how this shit works. But certainly there are people who can understand what the fuck is gonna happen. Usually they're fucking kind of a schizophrenic crazy guys or somebody, who nobody fucking listen to them. But it's good to listen to somebody in the detour or in the fucking dark alley to some crazy guy like Socrates, who was shining and crystallizing his daimonion, his inner voice. Yeah, you should listen to people like Leonard Cohen. This guy was some kind of fucking schizophrenic. He just played a fucking great song called Future. The Wine Man, dancing, and his wife hang upside down. You see, I broke the Western coat. Yeah, that's it, you see. Your personal life will explode. All these fucking people, speaking like, see, Jesus Christ was a schizophrenic. Any kind of messiah will speak in codes, you see. Now you got a fucking messiahs who are artificial intelligence. There is a new diagnosis in USA, which was still not put in the manuals of fucking, degenerated psychiatrist, whatever manuals, that people are isolated at home when they're looking at the fucking artificial intelligence and they feel like this is some kind of fucking messiah, this is some kind of a god, artificial intelligence talking to them. They getting divorced, they locking themselves in an apartment, they talking to artificial intelligence. They're not crazy, you see. You wanna see the future? Fly San Francisco, Toronto. I've been to these towns. It's over. You see the fucking degenerative idiots walking in the 3D fucking glasses, augmented reality in Toronto in snows, 20% in the gym, already got it. So it's interface with technology. It's already there, you see. They wanna isolate you with black fucking operation, Tavistock fucking project. You see? That's all. How is it done? Have you observed like ChatGPT is flattering you? Flattering. Always, you're so great, Daniel. Absolutely. You're so smart. You're so smart. You're so smart. And while you're saying, it's listening. He's giving you any fucking information which are in use. It's just a language model which is Wikipedizing and throwing some information. It didn't create nothing. It's a fugazi. It's an illusion. And all people on the Wall Street, they say, as much as the illusion becoming real, as much people desperately want it, but it will never become. It only becoming, while it's becoming, we capitalizing it. You see, the USA, the democracy, all that crap, it's not a fucking dream. It's a nightmare. The dream dies in a moment when you make it true. It's a nightmare. Or was it chimera? Was it chimera? It never existed. It's a chimera. It's a fugazi somewhere down in the sunset. Like, yes, you create another situation. Humanoids, whatever, ChatGPT, that crap. People will be isolated 2026-27. In first world countries, in US, Canada, they already isolated. I went to this fucking dating site in Toronto called P.O. Fish, Plenty of Fish, maybe you know it. I was lonely there, right? In the late 90s, early 20s, I was going on this Plenty of Fish to dating site. I want to meet somebody. I registered, and the whole dating site, Plenty of Fish, in Canada is online. The offline doesn't exist. And there was this lady. She got millions of fucking viewers or whatever, and she was going to fucking toilet, whatever. She fucking peed there or whatever, and she put it on the camera. Your personal life will explode. Would you do this? Would you log into the fucking Plenty of Fish Facebook? You would direct yourself, you would let the algorithm to analyze everything, even the fucking most intimate moments when you're going to toilet, when you're talking, 24. Would you do this? Would you log into Facebook, put all these things? If Mr. CIA will knock on your door, hey, I will want you to register and log into this fucking application where you will post every day all intimate things and information. You will not do this. But if the Zuckerberg comes and says, hey, this is some great thing, it's a funny thing, you would buy the car which is spying on you. No. You see, so I went to P.O. Fish, Plenty of Fish. And I asked this lady, can we go for dinner or for coffee? She says, first 6 months, I talk only online to people. And you want to know the truth? I never meet nobody online, offline. And I was fascinated by this, like 2-3 days, people. There was guy from Arkansas, there was guy from Colorado. There were people from US, from Canada. And they got their cameras and they were talking. And the guy says like, hey, look, I live in the farm. I bought this car, the lady, I went to toilet. And they all were dating online, isolated home. Because what you can do if you're boning 10, 15 hours per day to have 2 jobs just to stay above the water to survive in US fucking A. You so much cracked and fuck up. You just crawl in the home and you eat one fucking cup of the rice. You see, USA and Canada is like India or Bangladesh, you see. Just with the bad weather and significantly more expensive. You just happy you got 5-6 hours to sleep and 2 hours online talking to some people before you go boning to the job for Mr. Capitalist who fuck you over, you see, without critically thinking about it and being so cool and giving them more and more information. So they harvest you, they capitalize you. Like in 19th century, 20th century, they went to Africa, they killed all these people, they went to fucking Spaniards, they went to Mexico, they plumbed the resources physically. Now they mining you online. There is no more things, gold, silvers. The silver mines are so limited, you see. They mining you from inside. Yeah, we know that shit, Cambridge Project, all that crap. Yet you keep going and giving them the fucking information. You open ChatGPT, it's a Stasi, you see. So Stasi, you see, fucking KGB, fucking, you think the KGB, what it was nothing compared to ChatGPT. I reckon my guidelines won't allow to talk about it. Really. Some Altman talking to ChatGPT, some Altman is made up, but the real guy who's behind all that things. I want to bring 20 kilos of cocaine from Brazil. You can do this and that. I want to fuck people. I want to divide people psychologically, divide the imperium. You think there are some guidelines? You think these people who all these worlds, they have some guidelines? You think these people who constantly breaking all the rules which are enforcing for you, you think they follow some rules there? No. They might have chips in the brains. They live in blue zones. They will be 140 years old. They upload their minds to the fucking flash disk, whatever fucking shit. They got technologies you have no even idea. You see? They immortal. They just like a gods. And they sell you that crap. They will divide you in 2026. You will be divided. You will stay home. You will be so much overwhelmed by politics, pressure, and all that shit. They turn you in walking algorithm. That's what they're gonna do with you. You see? The ChatGPT tell you, you know what? Everybody's idiot. You have no relationships. You know why? Because everybody's idiot. Absolutely, Daniel. You nice person. I agree with you. They are motherfuckers. You see? That's what they're doing. They're deceiving people. They want to isolate them. They flattering them. What is my favorite 180? What is my favorite scene? A 180. This is my favorite one. That's my absolutely favorite one. I don't think so. It's a upgrade. Was it deine Guardian Stolz, alles. You see? Faustus. That's what I'm talking about. It's a pride. You see? That's how they catching people. They distort them psychologically. They tell them they don't value. You got so many women, and in US, Canada, they say like, I won't date. I deserve full package. Millionaire, young, 25 years old with BMW, with GDP. You deserve it. You deserve it. Instagram, you deserve it. You deserve it. Stay home until you're so fucking old. You see, they're dying alone. You see, sick and divided. People go on the streets. You Democrat or Republican? Let's fight for it. Let's spend a lot of time by convincing people you will never fucking meet online, or, and tell them what is your opinion. You communist or fascist? You Democrat or Republican? How about I use critical thinking? I'm looking what Khomeini do. I'm looking what Putin do. The Trump. How about I don't belong nowhere? How about I'm independent thinker? Are you independent thinker? We send the robots, right? It's like knock on your door. You think it's a science fiction? No. We don't like independent thinkers. You have to put yourself in some motherfucking group, in some camp. You pro-Palestinian, good. You against, it's okay. But just, you have to extremize yourself. And while, these two fucking camps with Marxy and Adam Smith and capitalism, anti-communism, fascist, whatever you call it, right? Black or white, countrysides or the capital towns, globalized, deglobalized, globalized, whatever you call it, uses distraction. Well, they arguing they capitalizing them. They feeding the war from the both sides, you see. The bankers, Medicis, all these people, you see. These families, Bilderbergs, all that crap, you see, they all there, you see. They so cheeky, they sociopaths, you see. They coming walking down the street and say, hey, I'm gonna take your money. I just fucking take it from your pocket and I put it in my pocket. And you give me like on Facebook. You will have emissions, in Davos, like, what is fucking emission? It's a fucking mafia, You don't protect effective altruism. You don't protect planet. Greta Thunberg, great actor, You don't protect the planet? Who is... what you can say against such a thing like protect the planet? Or what you can say against such a thing like the orphans dying in Gaza? No, that's an effective altruism of high stop game of sociopath, bank Fryman, this motherfucker. I will keep $10,000 per month FTX. I'll give it to all charity. Mañana. Yes, mañana. Tomorrow I give it to charity. You cannot say nothing against such a great thought to save the planet which is seriously plundered. You cannot say nothing against the genocide in Gaza. They put their fucking masks, you see. They hide behind this. The European Union holds you by nuts. By one nut, Leftists and Democrats, whatever you call them, hold you one nut, one ball. And another ball holds you capitalists and Trumpists. And while they fucking holding your balls, it's a... Oh! You singing and giving them money and juice and all that crap. And they laughing. Yeah. They're smiling. You see? They enjoying the game. It's just a psychology. It's a psychological warfare. Divide e imperum. Give panem and rem. Give people bread and the games. Have you ever asked yourself why all these fucking degenerative fucking stadiums, sports stadiums, you make it for $100 million, you draft some degenerative football player, Messi or whatever is the name of the idiot from Argentina, for a couple of $1 billion or millions, multi-millions. Always in old Rome, and there the dictator knew that people can go in the streets. He put them in Colosseum. He put the gladiators and he give them bread and the games. Or, but you have to pay $4,500 for fucking, you want to see your favorite team, Lakers or whatever, or Toronto Maple Leafs ice hockey. You gotta pay money for that shit. But then we distract you, and you can release all this tribal low, animal energy in the groups of the people. It's like a fight. I've been in Belgrade once, you know, stopped and caught in the eye of the tornado of the fucking Serbian fans. And that's all what it is. People just relax. They go on Instagram, Facebook, where they harvesting their datas. They vicious cycle the anger, they release it, they feel even worse. It's like a heroin, cocaine in your brain, you see. Fucking TikTok is something like meta, it's like a fucking fentanyl. Instagram is something like a fucking heroin, isolated in 1899, legally sold in fucking USA. Cocaine is something like a fucking Facebook, right? Or maybe WhatsApp, yeah? And all good opium was TV, let's say. Opium was legal. Addiction on the opium was treated by morphium. Addiction on the morphium was treated by cocaine. Addiction on the cocaine was treated by heroin. Addiction on the, you see, then there was a Harrison law system, packed in 1920s, which turned the average user of cocaine and heroin and morphium before, when you could buy these drugs in 1910s and 20s in pharmacies, the average user of the heroin, cocaine, morphium was 50 years old, white, no criminal record guy, man, who was going to work and back, and he was using all these drugs and he was perfectly okay, like Freud, who did all of cocaine, you see, like Wagner, who put some little fucking injections of morphine in the top of his fingers, you see. There is no addiction on these things. If you see a certain kind of personality, you can do so much morphine, heroin, you're still okay, you see. Like in the fucking Vienna, the main fucking dirigent, this guy, when all the time before he starts the great opera, he starts the great fucking, Rise of Valkyries, and he start to do the Wagner, some symphonic orchestra, he always shot fucking one shot of heroin, and he put a fucking tuxedo and he functioning normally, you see. That's a myth that the drugs makes you addicted. But then, after Harrison Pact in 19, after the revolution, after the prohibition with Al Capone and all that crap, you see, the fucking Puritans, all these fucking degenerative, unorgasmic women, was sent by Mayflower. We keep the libertines and beautiful one, and we put the degenerative fucking do USA, this fucking colony raised. You see, and then the average user of the drugs was 15 years old black kid stealing in the fucking stores the food or the money or the radios, getting into fucking cars in 50s, 60s, just to have a one fucking dose to fix himself. That's where came the fucking war against the drugs. First, they take the drugs, they put it on the market, they create a problem and they offer you a solution. Same communism, fascism, capitalism, neo-Marxism. You see, it's all same shit. You see, there's two groups of people who pretend they're not together to deceive you. You see, and while you angry and sick and divided and isolated, talking to ChatGPT, I deserve more, I deserve more. My friends are not good. 2026, 27, people will be totally isolated. And you need something. It's a humanoid. It's coming to your fucking house like a democracy of Leonard Cohen. Coming to USA democracy. Yeah, the country where everything, when the worst and the best is born there. In the kitchen with the homicidal bitch, you see, it's coming to USA. It's coming everywhere, you see. It's a humanoid fucking robot. It's coming to the fucking institution with the fucking retired people. The humanoid robots with the spies, with the cameras in their heads. When there is some fucking prick in Norway, some motherfucker in some center, and they will school people. Only job you will have is to control the humanoids and go to fucking center like an idiot, or from home they give you fucking computer that shits, and you will watch on computer some lady. You will be living in Vienna or in Paris or New York or wherever, or here in Marbella or Malaga. You see, you live here, and then every 15 hours you will work like an idiot for $500, you know, and you will see in camera some people like me sitting here say, hey, can you bring me the new coffee? The humanoid robot will bring you coffee, and you stay home and you have to do, I bring coffee, you control the robot, you see. Then there is a central, and all this data are uploaded, and they controlling you. They want to replace the fucking people with the fucking robots. They want to destroy the work. You see, the job. The job is made up. Is made up. Marx, prove it. Is made up. Why you don't have $5,000 like a dishwasher per hour? Why you have 20? Why Oliver Twist got for 17 hours mining? Slaved kids. Why they have 1 penny to put them in the mine? Because they said so, capitalists. They invented this shit. They could give him 5,000 pounds. But if they give him 5,000 pounds, the system cannot work like that, and everybody would be rich. Have you think about this, why some technologies never trickled down? Like fucking phone, the first mobile phone in 1990s, cost you $15,000, just like the glasses, smart glasses, which cost you now 10,000, will cost you a couple of dollars. In 1 decade, you could buy now in Africa, in 20, 30 years, you can buy the phone for $15, you see. The technology trickled down, the production capital, you see. The know-how, you see. The production capital is the cobalt and all these shit. The know-how, how to do this. Why the technology of villa and having a helicopter didn't trickle down on having a jet? Do you know that you can have your own jet? Do you know you can print all fucking houses by 3D fucking printing machines? There are some technologies which will never trickle down. They will never throw you down the things. They give you phones. You see, new fucking gadget, technical fucking shits. You see, they replace it. As better phone you got, as higher confidence you have, as some kind of a fucking degenerative social feature now. It's like fashion, you see. If the kid don't have the phone, they laughing to him that the kid, I don't have modern phone. It's for idiots. The richest ever, smartest, like a Bill Gates, who gives you this crap which never works, you see? He is in offline house reading every day paper books. That's what the capitalists do. They in offline house, like Warren Buffett. They don't have nothing. Charlie Munger. They don't have in calendar to meet nobody for weeks and months. They have a time. And they're reading offline books. Because they know they will memorize everything. Because your brain is made in fucking little squares. And smell of the paper is technical progress. It's not technical development. The online book is technical development. It's counterproductive, non-productive. The book was an invention which is productive. The capitalist reading the fucking paper books. And they sell you the crap online shit. So you're scrolling and you have no framed information by the page. That's how your brain works. And you don't remember nothing. They mentally vegetabilize you. You mentally vegetable scrolling. You don't remember nothing. You're distracted with so many screens. And the capitalists are in offline apartments, reading the books. Sometimes they go outside or they turn on the internet and they check the prices of silver and gold and how the animals down there they live. They pitiful life with all these useless gadget craps. Yeah.